All right, what we've got for you guys today is a cow eye dissection. So this is the nice eye of a cow. And so we can see here, this is the cornea. Because this cow is not living anymore. The cornea is cloudy. Normally it would be clear, but the normal processes that keep it clear are not currently happening anymore, and so the cloudy is a little bit the cornea is a little bit cloudy. It's hard to tell on here, but you can see that cows actually have an oval shaped pupil. You can sort of see that inside there, and we will see it better once we open up the eyeball and look at the inside. Out here, this is going to be the sclera over here, and we can see that this is where the palpebrae used to be attached back here, and then all of these muscles back here are going to be some of the external eye muscles that are attached. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of big external eye muscles here that are attached to the back of this eye. I'm not going to have you identify each individual one, but back here, this guy coming out of the back of the eye is the optic nerve. So this is the optic nerve that would be sending all of that visual information back to the brain. All right, so the sclera is pretty tough. And this guy right here, so this area right here in between the cornea and the sclera is called the limbus. And sometimes if you need to do injections into the eye, that limbus can be an area to do them. Also, this cow has a little bit of pigment on the sclera. So we're going to go and make a cut into the eyeball, and it's a little bit tough because the sclera is tough, and it gives the eyeball shape. There might be squirting. We'll see. Oh, much better. All right, so we're going to be removing the anterior surface of the eye. So this is like sort of cutting the eye on a frontal plane. We're taking the front of the eye off. All right, so here is the front of the eye. That includes the cornea. Remove that. Look how cool that is. All right, so inside we can see a couple of really cool things. All right, so this is the inside of the iris. So here's this part right here that you can see through. This is the pupil. And you can kind of pull this up. This is the iris right here. And this guy, this little ruffled area, let's see. There we go. So you can see that there's like a little ruffled area over here. This is going to be the ciliary body and the ciliary processes down here. This is what would have attached up to the lens when the eye was still alive, the animal was still alive. So you can see that ruffled area back here. There we go. So you see that little ridge? This ridge right here. There we go. That's going to be the ciliary body. Those little ciliary processes that were they had suspensory ligaments that attached up to the lens. And so this guy right here is the lens. Now obviously the lens is normally clearer than this, but it, in depth. And this, as you can see, is part of the ciliary body that was removed from the inside of here. So this would have been like attached up here. So part of the ciliary body has been removed and is still attached to the lens here. All this gel-like substance back here, that is the vitreous humor. Remember, the vitreous humor is going to be filling the posterior cavity of the eye, and it's this gel-like substance. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to scoop out the lens and the vitreous humor. So here it is, the lens and the vitreous humor. You can see some of the ciliary body is still attached to the lens. Right? There's some up here, and there's some still attached to the lens. And this clear stuff is the vitreous humor of the eye. Now, we have this. This is the retina down here. So this, you can see, it's attached right here. And then it's like a curtain. It just sort of sits across here. So this is a detached retina right now because obviously it's detached, but if you've ever heard someone say that a detached retina is like a curtain or a veil coming across your eye, it's kind of like this. So this is the retina here, and you can see how where it's all attached right here, that would be the optic disc or the optic nerve, where the optic nerve leaves the back. And so this is all the retina. This is pretty cool. Normally, it's obviously spread across the back of the eye. Now below that, you can see this beautiful blue color right here, and this is the tapetum lucidum. And this is going to be something that animals with better night vision have, right? And so humans don't have it, and primates. Whenever we have like eye shine in a camera, you have red eye, so you can see sort of the blood vessels in the back. But a lot of times, animals that have better night vision have the tapetum lucidum, might have like a blue shine to the eye when you take their picture, and that's kind of like a reflection from this tapetum lucidum in the back. And this is for better night vision, to try to sort of reflect some of the light, so when the light comes in the eye, it gets reflected a little bit. And then we can see, we said here is where the optic nerve is leaving, and if we flip this over, we can see it kind of goes through there. So this is the optic nerve. All right, so once again, it's nice. Now we can see the cornea right here. So this was the cornea up here. And then let's see, we might be able to cut the cornea off so we can see the iris by itself. All right, so now we've made a cut through the cornea. And so you can see that this is the front of the iris. All right, and this is the pupil, and we said it's an oval shaped in this cow. And this is going to be the back of the iris. In the back, where you have the portions of the ciliary body that are still attached back there. All right. All right, I forgot I wanted to do one more thing. I wanted to cut open the lens to see what the inside of the lens looks like. So we're just going to slice it right through the middle here. You can see the inside of the lens. So it's very crystalline. It's just a bunch of organelles filled with crystalline protein, and normally it would be clear, and normally it would be able to a little bit more movable, right? So you'd be able to, it would be able to accommodate seeing things closer versus further away.